The moment we've all been waiting for has finally arrived. Melody has broken her silence, and when I say she's not holding back this time, I mean every single word is cutting deep. At this point, the betrayal she's exposing from LaTisha and Marsau has left fans completely stunned, questioning just how far friendships and alliances on Love and Marriage, Huntsville can be pushed before they completely collapse. And the way Melody finally laid it all out, raw, unfiltered, and with receipts officially shifted the dynamics on the entire show. Now, let's rewind for a second, because this isn't just about one moment. This is years of built-up tension, years of little digs, shade, and backhanded comments that Melody has brushed off in the past. Remember, this is the same Melody who has dealt with a messy public divorce from Martell, constant scrutiny, custody battles, and even being painted as the villain sometimes when she was simply defending herself. Through it all, Melody has managed to carry herself with grace, focusing on her music, her businesses, and her children. But when it comes to LaTisha and Marsau, the silence has now officially ended. According to Melody, the betrayal wasn't just about messy comments. She revealed that LaTisha and Marsau were smiling in her face while speaking behind her back, twisting stories, and using her pain as entertainment. Melody admitted she knew some of it was happening, but she stayed quiet for the sake of peace. But after hearing certain things confirmed, especially during off-camera conversations that were later brought up, she decided enough was enough. She said, "You can't sit at my table, eat with me, laugh with me, and then turn around and stab me in the back." Fans recall how LaTisha often positioned herself as Melody's friend-turned-rival, always questioning her motives, always poking at her personal life, and acting like Melody thought she was better than everyone else. But what Melody just revealed paints a very different picture, that it was never about Melody being too good. It was about jealousy, about insecurity, and about the Scotts using her name to create drama while protecting their own secrets. And, speaking of secrets, Melody hinted that Marsau hasn't been nearly as clean as he likes to present himself. Viewers know Marsau has faced rumors for years, cheating allegations, whispers about his late-night behavior, and even other women being mentioned. While Marsau always plays it cool with his sarcasm, Melody suggested that the Scotts were projecting onto her to keep attention away from their own issues. She even brought up moments when LaTisha tried to corner her with questions about Martell, about her dating life, about her struggles, while knowing full well that her own marriage wasn't perfect either. When Melody dropped this bombshell, she wasn't yelling, she wasn't screaming, she was calm, collected, and every word carried weight. And that calmness made it hit even harder. LaTisha reportedly tried to clap back, saying Melody was exaggerating and playing the victim. But Melody didn't let her off the hook this time. She reminded LaTisha of conversations they had in private. Conversations LaTisha didn't think would ever see the light of day. The kind of conversations that proved the so-called friendship was never really genuine. Marsau, of course, couldn't stay quiet either. He tried to downplay everything, making sarcastic jokes and laughing things off. But Melody looked him dead in the eye and said, "You can laugh, but you know exactly what I'm talking about." That moment left the room in complete silence, because even the cast members who've had their issues with Melody knew she wasn't making things up. Doc me, always the peacemaker, tried to step in and cool things down, saying maybe this was a misunderstanding. But Melody stood firm, saying this wasn't about misunderstandings anymore, it was about patterns. She explained that the Scotts had a habit of smiling for the cameras while planting seeds of doubt about her character behind the scenes, and she was no longer going to let it slide. Stormy, who has had her own rocky moments with Melody, actually came to her defense this time. She said she's seen firsthand how the Scotts operate, and she wasn't surprised by what Melody was saying. Destiny, on the other hand, couldn't resist throwing her 2 cents in, reminding everyone that she warned Melody about trusting people too easily. But that didn't change the fact that in this moment, the spotlight was squarely on LaTisha and Marsau. What made this revelation even more explosive was the fan reaction online. Social media lit up instantly. Clips of Melody's words spread across Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter within hours. Hashtags like #TeamMelody and #exposing the Scotts began trending, and fans made it clear they felt this was long overdue. Many viewers said Melody had been carrying the show for years, being painted as the diva or the troublemaker, when in reality, she was just the one bold enough to speak her truth. LaTisha's defenders, of course, tried to argue that Melody was bitter, that she was exaggerating, or that she was trying to stay relevant, but the majority of fans weren't buying it. The general consensus was that Melody had receipts. And the calmness with which she delivered her truth showed that she wasn't making things up on the spot. She'd been sitting on this for a long time. Now the big question is, what does this mean for the future of love and marriage? Huntsville. The Scott family has always been positioned as the backbone of the show, but this crack in their image could shift everything. If Melody continues to expose what she knows, alliances could change, friendships could crumble, and the drama will only intensify. Even Carlos King, who thrives on explosive moments, looked taken aback by how real and raw this got. And let's not forget Martel, who couldn't resist chiming in either. Watching all of this play out, he added his own little jab, saying, "Betrayal comes from the ones closest to you." While fans rolled their eyes at his hypocrisy, even his comment added another layer to the conversation because Melody knows exactly what betrayal feels like, and she's not letting anyone else, whether it's Martel, LaTisha, or Marsau, play games with her peace anymore. The reality is, this isn't just about drama for entertainment's sake. This is about real friendships, real trust broken, and real pain. Melody made it clear that at 39, she's too grown to play games. She said she's protecting her peace, her kids, and her brand. And if that means exposing people who smile in her face while dragging her behind closed doors, then so be it. Other cast members couldn't sit back quietly either. Kimmy, always the voice of reason, tried to calm things down by saying, "Maybe this is a miscommunication, maybe words got twisted," but Melody stood her ground. She looked at Kimmy and said, "This isn't about miscommunication. This is about choices. They made the choice to betray me. They made the choice to smile in my face and stab me in the back. That's not miscommunication, that's character." Stormy, who has had a rocky relationship with Melody, actually surprised everyone by siding with her this time. She said, "You know what? I believe Melody, because I've seen how quick people will flip the script in this circle. She's telling the truth, and some people just don't want to hear it." That support caught LaTisha off guard, and you could see the tension rising instantly. Even Destiny chimed in, though her take wasn't as supportive. She reminded Melody that she warned her not to trust people so icily. Destiny said, "I told you before, everybody ain't your friend. Maybe now you see what I was saying." But even that comment couldn't overshadow the fact that LaTisha and Marsau were the ones on the hot seat, and then came the online reaction. Fans immediately took to Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. And the hashtags #TeamMelody and #ExposingTheScotts began trending. People were calling Melody a queen for finally speaking her truth. One fan wrote, "Melody carried this show on her back, and all she got in return was betrayal. I'm so glad she's finally speaking out." Another fan said, "LaTisha and Marsau thought they could keep hiding behind jokes and shade, but Melody just lit them up with facts." This might go down as one of the most unforgettable moments in love and marriage. Huntsville history. The betrayal is out in the open, the silence is broken, and the Scotts now have to face the fallout. Fans are already predicting this will lead to one of the most intense reunions the show has ever seen, so the question is, was Melody right to expose it all? Did LaTisha and Marsau really betray her, or are we only hearing one side of the story? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, because this is one discussion the entire fandom is locked into right now. And don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. Trust me, this drama is only just getting started, and you won't want to miss what comes next.